Okay. Yo, what is good? I'm starting up the game right now. It is your boy Jay Zalo. And yeah, welcome to a scheduled program. Nah, a scheduled stream. Dungeons 3. So this is the last scheduled stream that I have for today. I have to schedule more later on, maybe after this stream. So that way I can keep the consistency of having a schedule and keeping people up to date on when I'm going to be on and stuff like that, and keeping my variety, right? So anyways, I'm waiting for this game to load up, and yeah, so we gonna have some fun, right? Because I'm gonna be on this game and you're gonna probably see me rage. Who knows? Playing on the hardest difficulty, and it is getting a little bit more challenging too. So let's see if I can switch this
Welcome
here.
back, fearsome evil.
Okay, there we go. All right, so here we are. Let me get this dude, Pentaclown, because I know he's been waiting for this specifically, so I don't want him to miss out. Let me make sure he knows I'm live. Okay. All right. So let's continue on. We're on the main quest.
The Prince of Hell.
I think this
Tanya
is
had
what?
reached Termite
1,
Island.
2,
The time
3,
had come to begin
4,
preparations for the attack of the
5,
Ash Spring
6,
Swamplands.
7,
While
8.
grimly Hammerhand's
We're on
henchman,
8,
the Prince
right?
of Hell. Talia had reached Termite
1,
Island.
2,
The time had come
3,
to begin preparations
4,
for the attack
5,
on Doloran
6,
and
7,
Yaina Overproud.
8. Okay. Hellish.
Lakesville fell
And we
like a
continue.
sandcastle under the feet of a 4-year-old, and afterwards was plundered in accordance with age-old custom. Yet as satisfying as it was just a little fish in a great big ocean of good. For the hydrophobic evil had, from the start, planned to capture the city's amazing fleet, which, as opposed to the horde ships, did not sink like rocks. And so it was that Tanya's creatures were driven aboard and the sails were hoisted. As the smoking ruins of the city slowly disappeared below the horizon behind them, the ships set sail for Termite Island. Even if no one actually saw the impressive sight, as everyone, hey, I said everyone, was focused on the new target. The aforementioned island was the seat of the magician Yaina Overproud. Yaina was pretty and kind-hearted, and therefore, naturally, absolutely despicable. And if that weren't already enough reason to deal with her, she was also one of Tanos's buddies. Yaina ruled from Doloran. Ah, Doloran, home of arcane magic and high finance alike. Disgusting. Upon landing, the leisurely Evil's army slowly made their way to the financial capital. Yet it would be a good idea to acquire additional, even more powerful allies before facing Yaina.
Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we
Talia
have
and the
that is
remains
new.
of the cold-blooded Evil's army had reached Termite Island. Here, the egotistical magician Yaina Overproud ruled over her magical financial stronghold of Doloran.
I'll take care of this witch in short order. We'll just build up an army and beat on everything we see, just the way we did before. It's always worked until now, whereby the question arises, what the hell kind of a strange room is that? What's it good for?
Whoa.
In fact, that was an excellent question. Naturally, it was a... Oh, wait, wait a moment. Yes, actually, it was a hellhole. A hellhole is a portal directly to hell. What do we need that for, you ask yourselves? Another excellent question. Ah, here. Because we want to summon a pit fiend, of course. The demonic and savvy evil plan to lead a pit fiend to Doloran in order to have an ace up its sleeve in the fight against Yaina Overproud. An ingenious plan, I must say.
Okay, pit fiend sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our zombies, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And
Okay.
toenails? That's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh. Saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the 10th evil would like.
Okay. Say where. Now we got our objectives.
And it also requires a couple of well-aged, but unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that, so we need a plan.
We can think about that later. The other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killing.
Okay, gotta make sure that they're doing their thing. All right. So with that being said, now we start building the rooms. Okay, let's go with creatures. Now, real quick, we obviously need this into portal.
payday.
Okay. Right, we got that. Now let's get some help. And then while we're doing that,
Command me.
we're gonna head out this way.
Good will fall.
Okay, we're gonna head out over here.
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women. Stop them, for the Alliance. Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them, for the goddess.
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overpow herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole.
Just wait.
Okay, do we have... Oh, we need magic. Perfect. You are gonna be my 5. I want you here.
Good will fall.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
And we are back. We are back. Yes, we are. We're doing the main story on the hardest difficulty for this game. So it's gonna be a little bit different. It's kind of like a I don't know how to describe this game, to be honest, but I'd say it's pretty fun for sure. Okay, so now that we have that, we should definitely make an area for the demons. So right here, I say this is a good spot for them. I mean, I'm not really gonna have that many, so hold on.
Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead.
Okay, let's build out. You know what? No, yeah, we'll keep this. We'll make this a little bigger, actually.
Your creatures have discovered a number of worms in your dungeon. That is so disgusting.
Where? Perfect.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Through here. Right, grab everybody. We're dropping here. Then let's start getting more these guys.
Defend the dungeon.
Okay, and this area here, we're gonna break this too. Let's rush them. Okay, this goes in here.
The disgusting evil picked up some worm slime with the hand of terror and threw it into the hellhole. What a waste. What the hell do they make from that stuff? Baby powder? What a diabolical idea.
Okay, make this a little bigger. And then add this room right next to it. Let's see if we can get some more creatures.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Actually, we should be getting some of this. Get some of this. And some more creatures up in here. Okay. Gotta make this room a little bit bigger. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna have it go up this way, like so. For this, I'm gonna have it go up this way as well. Just a little section here. And then the turkey, I'm gonna have you guys go up this way. And then this right here.
Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Okay, where we're at. Alright, perfect. Let's get some more creatures up in here.
The arachnomanic evil had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole. It carelessly threw the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs aside. The sacrifice of the spider legs was going well. The absurd evil had already accomplished half of the task, whereby spiders are actually very useful insects, as they simply devour things such as mosquitoes and their annoying hum. How come there's no way to kill mosquitoes here?
What do we need? We need boxes. Okay, so now we need to make a room for boxes. And we also need to oh. We need to make this room bigger. Then Okay. Got that. I'm gonna make him go up that way just in case. It's gonna be my gold room. Trying to plan out everything. Over here. Of course, after these guys hurry up.
Some kind of staging post would be required before any heroes could be sacrificed to the Hellhole. Undefeated heroes would be rather uncooperative, but dead ones would be of no help to the bored evil. The solution was obvious. A prison had to be built. The always wanted to be a prison guard evil immediately began to research and build one.
Okay.
Payday!
Time to die.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Many can be in here. Okay. Alright, we need to bring the efficiency of this up. Let me see something. This is fine. We can actually build a room. We can make this a room. For these guys, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. And then we're gonna connect this here. What else you guys need to do? Okay, finally need our first healer. Need a little tank.
Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed.
Okay, here's the spider's nest.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Stay down!
Damn.
I'll be back.
I don't know if we win this. Yeah, because we're not making enough gold.
The dungeon heart is being attacked. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh yeah, it's over. All right. All right, we need a better strategy. So we lost that.
The Prince of Hell. Lakesville fell like a sandcastle under the feet of a 4-year-old.
What
And
I did there
afterwards
was I wanted to try to see if maybe focusing, making the workers focus on breaking everything down was going to be a viable strategy, but
Talia and the
it kind of
remains of the
distracted them from
cold-blooded evil's
getting
army.
me gold. So we're not going to do that.
And it also requires
We
a couple
are
of
gonna
your
expand
aid, but
this, though.
unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that, so we need a plan.
We can think about that later. The other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killings.
Okay, so get more workers. Right, we need the chest room to be expanded. So now that we expanded this, right, for now, have them mine all of that out. Then we're going to go ahead and get more workers if we can. Oh, we get the healers first right away, actually. Before we even do that, which is actually pretty, I think it's a lot better than that. And then level her up once. Now we could buy a few of you guys. Gotta get you all the way at 10. We have a few guys. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a room, which we're gonna make it this room. Have them hurry up. Perfect. And then this room is gonna be here. Okay. Next, we're gonna expand this area.
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women. Stop them, for the Alliance. Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them, for the goddess.
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overplow herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a
Yeah, this is mission 8.
Besides, it was necessary to stop them.
So it's probably the
heroes.
next one.
And then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole. Payday.
Alright, just break this up.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Alright, let's create a demon's room. Hurry up. Then we'll create a okay, we need to go farm evil. And also have you guys come over here and expand this area.
Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead.
Oh, so just to give you context, right? So basically what's going on is that you see this hand that's floating around? This is called the Evil's Hand. And we took
There are
over
enemies in your dungeon.
this elf. Where's she at? We took over Talia and made her a dark elf. She used to be good, but then we turned her evil, right? We possessed her and turned her evil, and now we're basically just wiping out all that is good. And apparently there was a previous game where she was evil before, but then she turned good, and now we're here, right? So what we're doing basically is just, right, we have a dungeon where we farm out our area, and all of that, and create rooms to build our units, to build production in order to progress and get upgrades and stuff like that, and then go into the overworld and take out the heroes, right? So on this side, on the right side, this is my dungeon, the dungeon map. On the left side is the overworld, right? The human world, the heroes world. And we have certain locations on the map that we need to take over, right? So as you can see by exclamation points, those are like the quests. And then you have these little blue icons here, which farm out what's called evilness, and that we use as a currency up here. We have three different types of currency. We have gold, we have mana, and we have evilness, and we use all that currency in order to, again, buy things, upgrade our units, upgrade our skill tree, which is this right here. And yeah, so what I'm trying to focus on is getting more little snots. Little snots are your workers, and your workers are the ones that go around breaking things and mining and all of that, and also building. So we got that down. And yeah, so we already maxed out on them. Now what we want to focus on
enemies in your dungeon.
is getting more creatures and prepare to go into the overworld, right? Every so often there's gonna be waves of heroes that are gonna come down to my dungeon to try to take out my throne room, my dungeon's heart. If this breaks, we lose, right? So we gotta protect this while also trying to progress everything down here with the limited amount of space that we have, while also going back up to the overworld and taking over that, right? So now that we clear this wave, we feel a lot more ready to come into the overworld real quick and start making some ground up there, because we need to farm some evilness, right? So we're gonna have them come over this way, and we're gonna capture this first little structure, which will give us evilness. So this structure right here, we're gonna capture, and it's gonna switch up. It's gonna get corrupted. So basically, the whole thing that we have to do is corrupt the overworld. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just to bring it into perspective. And
Payday.
yeah. And I'm doing the story, right? But this also has co-op, and it also has a versus mode. So that's how we'll figure out how. So right now we're just figuring out the game. This is this campaign mission is number 8, and I think Pentaclown told me there's like 20 missions or so like that. So we're on mission 8, and we're gonna have, let me see. Yeah, we're gonna have you stand right here. As you can see, right, this whole thing changed. And if you look at the map on the left side, now everything that was grayed out over here now extended to this area. And now we have the rest of this other map to conquer, basically, is what's going on. So
Everything good must die.
all right, let
Give
me
your orders.
make sure I'm getting him over here. So we always want to go for the healer first, if possible, because the healers are really annoying, and then we can deal with everything else. So we're gonna set our troops to attack here. Right, I'm gonna leave them right here. And now we're gonna go back into the dungeon area and keep progressing what we're supposed to be doing. So right, so now that we have a set number of units, now we're farming evilness, we have access to more of the skill tree. So my bad if I was quiet for the first few like minutes. I was just right because I've been doing this for the past what 2-3 days. I kind of already have like a concept of what it is that I need to do, so that's why I wasn't speaking, but I should be more vocal if I'm being honest. Just for those that don't know what's going on, right? So this is gonna be our gold room, right? So that's happening, and then we're gonna send you over here so that you can go up there with them. All right, so add you there. Now let's see, can we create more units? We are going to create another healer because the healers are essential in this game. Obviously they keep your units alive. And then we got enough of that. Also, another thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we're keeping our units both fed, hydrated, depending on what they want, and slept, because if not, they'll what's the word? They'll revolt against me and won't listen or do anything that I want them to. So that's also a thing. So okay, so now let's build this mana room. This is how we farm for mana. Obviously mana room, right? And then in order to farm this area, we need... Oh, do you guys kill? Okay, cool, perfect. Okay, you guys are getting... Attack? What the hell are you guys not attacking? You're getting freaking farmed. My dude is just taking you all out. Like, what's that range, bro?
Head.
They're over here just dying, like, but they were getting ranged out though, I ain't gonna lie. And I have them stay right here in this corner. Let's make some more creatures. We need more healers. Okay, more healers just in general. And then we're gonna send these guys into the overworld just to defend the entrance. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and unlock more units as much as we can. We're gonna build 2 demons. And then these demons, what we're gonna do... Oh, they already know their job. They're gonna go and start farming some mana for me. Excuse me. And then what else can we do now? So let's see, what else can we unlock? Okay, we can unlock this area. We could upgrade her, but not yet. Okay, they're fighting. Attack her. Okay, let's go back down. Okay, they farmed out this whole section. All right. So now we need to make more room, right? So we have this going on. We have that going on. Now we need another room. So I'm gonna create this area right here. Actually, no. How do I do this? How do I want to do this? Actually, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna create this area here. I'm gonna go like this. Have them break all of this down. Yeah, all the way up to right here is fine. And then if we like right click on them, we kind of slap them and make them go faster. All right, so we need more units. So we're gonna go ahead and get one of those, 2 of those, and then 1 more healer. And then set units. We're gonna grab these guys. I'm gonna throw them out here. We wanna make sure that they're fighting the right people.
Take that, you worm!
Okay. I want to make sure that they heal. My champion is the elf girl. So I don't know if it's a good idea to keep them down here. I don't think it is. I mean up here. So I'm actually gonna bring them all back down because they are dying pretty rapidly. And if they're down here, at least they can eat, heal, and all of that good stuff.
For the absolute evil!
Okay. So let's make more of this room. And then go this way. Let's see. We may want another demon, so. So we'll make another demon here. And another one of those. And then what I want to do with this section, realistically speaking, is I want to make a trap room. So let me actually make this room right here. Room is too small. What if we break this? And also, we could break this right here. Let's see how that does.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Okay, now we group up everybody and we try to defend.
It's payday.
Okay, Now we want to start making like traps and such. So one, I want to upgrade her, and then come over here and start getting some trap room. So now the trap room, the one next to the box room, and I wanted, yeah, so we'll make this the trap room right here. Have them farm out this whole section right here.
Heroes are on their way to one of your islands of evilness.
So now, since they're gonna attack my island, I want to meet them so they don't do that.
Thanos must die.
A giant worm has been sighted in the dungeon.
Okay, and we need to come back down here.
No prison had yet been erected in the nameless evil's gloomy realm. It sullenly beat one of its little snots into finally getting started.
Okay. So we're gonna start heading this way, so that we could take over more of the maps. We want to break up that camp up here.
The eager to explore evil's army had discovered one of the heroes' camps. They immediately took care of its demolition.
Exactly. Come on. Let's tear the place apart.
And still the ingredients for the hellhole hadn't been collected. The pit fiend that was to be summoned waited impatiently for the snail-paced evil to finally get its finger out and collect the missing things. It immediately did so.
Another glorious victory for the Queen of Evil.
Okay, so now
for
we took a
the
camp.
Absolute evil. Of course. I mean, it's not my army. Not yet. Anyway.
You're the Queen of Evil? Well, I didn't vote for you. And anyway, Queen of the Damned sounds better to me.
Really?
Empower them so that they could deal more damage.
But of course, a bit better love story than that bitter Twilight.
Where the hell did that wolf and bear come from?
And still the Horde, I mean the evil,
Oh, this is
spread
sick.
their infestation across Termite
Okay.
Island. Onwards, peoples of the Alliance,
Okay.
drive this riffraff
So
off.
now we'll
Otherwise,
make a
the
little
tourists will stay away and
portal
we'll have to close up
so
shop.
that
I'll
everybody
be at
can
your
go
side.
through
Well, later.
and have them
I
just
have a couple of
relax here for a
portals
little
to
bit,
Donovan.
and we
All
can
the best,
continue.
and for the Alliance and so forth.
Damn, that
Alright,
cowardly
let me
magician is
see.
escaping.
Just like I hadn't said anything. As Yaina got out of Dodge, her subordinate heroes from the nearby village did what heroes do best. Desperately head for their opponents, using brute force and violence with absolutely no finesse whatsoever. The dungeon protecting evil made ready. It was done. All of the requisite worm slime had been collected. Oh my, I saw this documentary about liposuction one time, and this stuff was... Another
I'm
challenge.
gonna make sure we're
mastered by
protecting
the
our heart. We need to make a brewery, so Should have enough to make the brewery, and now we have enough to have certain of our units. So our goblins are now upgraded to gob-o-bots, and our orcs are upgraded to ironhide. So we are getting waves after waves. Gonna grab everybody, empower them, and then we're gonna go ahead. Let me see. Maybe I'm gonna make a section like this. So that way they can come through here.
Has it that the demons of the hellhole might welcome the sacrifice of a few little snots. Or maybe it's just because it's fun, too. The experimental evil immediately tried it out.
So that's that. So while everyone's resting, now we need to start building this room right here. So, oh well, first we want to build this room. Actually, so we're gonna build this room first. Then we're gonna build this room over here. And now we can make traps. So we'll add this here. This here, perfect. We can make more room this way. And then we can add brewery in here. So once certain missions reach level 5, they request different things. So one of them being a brewery. So let me go ahead and break this actually and replace it down here. Just add a little bit more room. I can possibly fit this up here. Okay. Okay. So now that we have that, we should be able to start throwing traps down. Granted, if I have them. So we're gonna start off by making a door. And then we're gonna make the way I like to set it up now is door, space, door, space, door. And what's gonna go in here are gonna be these type of things. So these spikes. They'll let me. And then I'm gonna have some simple traps along the walls as well. Let me upgrade my hero, or my champion, in other words. And when we collect more, we'll be able to
There are enemies in your dungeon.
So let's get everybody and prepare them. We're gonna give them a buff. So this right here, every time you see me go in here, I give them demon strength. Increases the damage dealt by all affected creatures in the 4 to 8 meter area of effect by 25% for 30 seconds. So okay. So now I need to start making this guy do some rounds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give this guy specifically, out of all my troops, gonna give him a route. So I'm gonna tell him, hey, I want you to keep collecting this, but I also need you to come over here and collect these, right? So the way I do it is I hold shift and then I right click, and then I come back over here and right click on this side, come back over here, right click on this side, boom, right? I could do that, or I could just click on the map exactly where I want him to go. So that way I don't have to keep moving the camera. And this will just give him a route to just go back and forth and collect all this evilness, which is the currency that we need. We do this a few times. Right, what the hell? Why isn't he doing anything? Okay, he just got stuck. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it again.
The clearly unable to understand the victory conditions evil still hadn't built a prison. Without one, it would be impossible to catch living heroes for sacrifice to the hellhole.
You see units coming down.
It's payday.
So I'm gonna create a... So we know we're about to get attacked. So we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna prep. We're gonna get some more of these and a few more of these guys. Grab them
There
all.
are enemies in your dungeon.
I'm gonna throw them right here and empower them. Okay. Now that we have all of that going, let's see, what else do we need to make? We need to make an alert room. Which right now, I'm not really too worried about. But we do need to keep getting more things. So, prison, we need to make. So now we unlock the prison. And that being said, I guess we could add the prison here just to see what it looks like. So go. This would be the prison. And then also, you know what? Damn, I wanna actually, oh yeah, I can. Okay, so
The first prison
give him
had
teleports.
Now, heroes could be imprisoned when they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.
Something our quick-tempered protagonist obviously desired. The very best thing, though, was the fact that any heroes that died in prison became skeletons. The necrotic evil immediately wanted to try this out.
right? That's how you...
The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed. The first hero awoke in the prison, where his death would generate some wonderful evilness for the disgusting evil. Outstanding. Oh yes, and some heroes also needed to be sacrificed in the hellhole. A tough decision. The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed.
My secret and mystical counselors, who only I can see, tell me that the demons
Yeah.
would love to see some skilled elven archers thrown into the hellhole. Apparently, they need someone to hunt giant mosquitoes.
Counselors only you can see? My goodness, as if your split personality wasn't annoying enough.
I can't really argue with you there. I too wish that Sister Goody Two Shoes would finally go and bother someone else.
So what, these girls?
The prepared to make a sacrifice evil threw another hero into the hellhole.
How many you want? Gonna throw all of you in here.
The demons beyond the hellhole were almost ecstatic about the wicked evil's sacrifice and threw a few miserable imps through the portal in thanks. Cute.
Okay, cool. That's cool. This is a new set. This is a new system, so I'm learning that. Okay, so let's see what other traps do we have. Now we have these, which we obviously want to throw here. Gonna break through here.
It's payday.
And then we're gonna create more traps. Okay, and then have this section all layered out with once we can. Okay, so it looks like we got enough room. Let's see. Are you able to sleep? Do you not have room? Don't have room. Oh, you do have room. Okay. Okay. So now let's keep upgrading Talia. They're all gonna kill him. Okay, they just killed one of our troops.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Okay, let's grab everybody. Oh, perfect. They grab them out themselves. Okay, so I don't need to do shit. Okay, sick. So that's done. What else do we need? Of course, we need more view, but now we need to upgrade our units so that they do more damage. And we still need more evil, so let's make one more view. Got the chickens here. Okay, everything seems to be going okay. We think, what else do we need? We have that, we have that. How's gold? How's the gold? Let me see. Do I give this to Talia? Where are they? Okay, we got a bunch of these.
Another lemming rushed over the cliff. Oh, I mean hero and hellhole, sorry. It was done. The self-sacrificing evil had thrown the required number of heroes into the hellhole. While the sacrifice, of course, pleased the pit fiends beyond the hellhole, it didn't seem to induce them to send anything in trade.
Okay.
Obviously, they only wanted to make each trade once. Cheapskates.
Okay, so now we need to have our minions or our farmers start breaking things up so that we can find more spiders. We need 5 more spider legs. We need corp dust as well. So we need to let these guys die in here. Alright, once they die in there, we get corp dust. And then, yeah. So how is this going?
Worms have been spotted in the dungeon.
Perfect. Okay. Let's grab everybody. Gonna send them out.
You desire?
Okay, you are gonna be my new 5. I need you to go here and do rounds like the other guy. Hopefully you don't die. Okay, and then you guys
Payday.
gonna come this way. Okay, let's keep going this way.
Whoops! The first centaur had lost one of its teammates. But it was exactly what the absolutely no regrets whatsoever evil needed for the hellhole.
So, wait, how do we get the centaurs? Turtles. Okay. So they're revolting, so I'm gonna those right here
What's up?
and have everybody go in here. I know they're hungry, so we need more efficiency. So I need to start making walls. and then create doors. And then I gotta do the same with this area. You just gotta start making walls everywhere. So this area is fine. Gotta start making walls here.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Lead me to the battle. Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all.
Okay, 90%, 80%, 70%. That's because we need to add doors. So we add doors here. We add doors here. Here. And then once we can, we add more doors later. We need to make this area bigger so that these guys can work more. I think we're running out of gold though. So, okay, I'm gonna have you guys break all of this up. And then, let me see, can I get an upgrade for y'all? No, I need more gold.
The hero died in the unspeakable evil's prison. In fact, this wasn't such a bad thing. A skeleton rose from the dead hero's remains, which would henceforth serve the homicidal evil without questions or demands.
So now we got a skeleton. So would you guys be considered as dust? No. Interesting. Oh, you guys need, okay. So they need this to expand in order for them to sleep here.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday.
How are you guys doing over here? Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Actually, you know what? Nah. Come on. Grab everybody. You guys fight these things. Yeah, I want you guys to break this up. Perfect. Come on, hurry up. You're almost done.
Spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting. The arachnomanic evil had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole. It carelessly threw the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs aside.
Okay, grabbing up all this gold. I'm throwing it in my gold area. And then all this mana will go in the mana room. $700 or $500. Okay, so we need to make this room a lot bigger too. So let's go ahead and do that.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Okay. Why is it at 90? Shouldn't it be? Oh, because this hasn't been built. This is at 100. This is at 100. And we're gonna make this room a lot bigger. I need you guys to keep farming. So we're gonna break up this room because we need the gold. Oh, no way. Okay, and then we're gonna make this area are you guys farm this still? Okay. I really like this because it's like you make each room how you want it to, and kind of, I don't know, I just really like this aesthetic of it. Let's speed them up. Gonna make this room a lot bigger too. And when y'all get the chance, I need y'all to break all this shit down. All of it. We're going from here down. Over. Okay. Still collecting. Oh, we stopped collecting